my god, guys. I just finished watching Summerslam and Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai, but especially Bayley, made her return to WWE after nearly been gone with an injury she suffered during training for a year. Bayley has finally come back, and she has come back with a faction with Dakota Kai and Io Shirai. Oh my God, guys, this was absolutely amazing. I did not see this coming. After an incredible opener to kick off SummerSlam between Becky and Bianca, Bianca successfully retaining the Raw Women's Championship, getting her redemption after losing and losing in just a matter of seconds, 16 seconds, 8 seconds, whatever seconds it was that they constantly bring out in the storyline. After losing that amount of seconds last year at SummerSlam with Becky, made her return this year. She managed to retain the belt after hitting a Spanish fly from the top rope and then hitting the KOD. Actually hitting the KOD twice. First outside the ring, getting Becky back in the ring, and then Becky managing to hit her with the manhandle slam. She kicked out of that. So, I mean, this match was just off the charts. And Bianca finally got her redemption. We saw some moves from both of them that we rarely see them do. Bianca retains the match. Becky puts her hand out to shake her hand. This time she's sincere, which likely means that Becky's finally turned back babyface. And while she's out the ring, just leaving from the ring, Bayley comes back. Her same heelish music hits. The crowd's going wild. Then Dakota Kai shocked me the most because Dakota Kai had literally just asked for her release not that long ago. She had got released, and Corey Graves even acknowledged on commentary that she's not even currently signed to WWE. She had got her release not even that long ago. She was released around the same time that Malcolm Bivens, who's now in AEW under his real name, Stalky Stafford. She was released around the same time he got released. They all got released around the same time. Even Athena used to be Ember Moon, and she just came back. That had to be the influence of Triple H. Definitely, you could feel the Triple H era with the start of this SummerSlam, and even somewhat with the rest of the booking the night, but especially this particular part. Dakota Kai comes back. Io Shirai comes back, who was also rumored that she was on her way out to go back to Japan to be with her husband. And they both came out, a new faction of Bayley, and then Becky stands by Bianca's side, staring down the two. Makes me wonder if there would be a third person to side with them. So that was quite a stare down there, quite a big opening for Bayley to come back. Oh my God, guys, this was incredible. I mean, I really did not see this coming from a SummerSlam that would carry on to be uh, quite on and off. Every match after this point was pretty decent. Some were okay at best, but again, you could definitely feel the changes that's happened up to this point. And man, this was one of them. And there had to been some influence of Triple H for her to come back, Dakota Kai. Now we got them as a faction. Very interesting to see where this will go on Raw. Considering Bayley, when she got hurt, she was on SmackDown, but it would make sense for her to go back after Bianca because they were supposed to have one last match. Well, I'm not going to say it was their last match because I don't know how long that feud was going to go. It seemed like it should have ended at Hell in a Cell, but they kept it going for whatever the reason, and they were going to have yet another match at Money in the Bank, and then she couldn't. She got injured, so they didn't have the match, and so that was kind of how that went. But they were actually going to have another match, I believe at Money in the Bank last year, and it was going to be like an I Quit match, and then that's when Bayley got hurt, preventing the match. So ultimately, you finally get her coming back. Great to see her back. You know, and you figured if it was any time to do it, this is just one of several returns here. Her, Coda, EO. Of course, we got Edge later on the night, which is not really that big of a return because he only really been gone for a little under a month. Since being kicked out of Judgment Day. So, of course, you knew that was going to happen, but this was definitely something that was a change in pace to see this between them. Um, awesome way to start off the show, just absolutely incredible. I had to come on here and talk about that for SummerSlam. We got the Logan Paul and the Miz. I got to give it to Logan. I thought he did. He had a really nice performance with the Miz. That frog splash he hit on the Miz, on the announce table was sweet. Like a lot of his offense, he hit on the Miz from his blockbuster. He hit, you know, a lot of even his moonsault he hit on the Miz from outside the ring. That was pretty nice. He attempted to try to go for the figure four, but it backfired. Tommaso Ciampa tried to get involved. The ref threw him out. Eventually, AJ Styles came and beat him up because Ciampa wouldn't leave the match. He said he wasn't going to leave, even though he was ejected twice. So AJ Styles came out and got him out the ring, got him out of there. And then the Miz, got distracted. Logan actually hit the Miz with his own skull crushing finale. I think that was actually the way he picked up the win. But man, it was definitely quite an interesting match there. Uh, good for the time that it had. Definitely, Bobby Lashley retained the United States title just as we thought he would with Theory. But this match wasn't even that long. It was quite short actually. Um, but the crowd was definitely behind Lashley here, just as they've been behind Lashley a lot lately. You know, Theory actually tried to get the upper hand early, attacking Lashley with the briefcase before the match even started. And, Theory got some pretty good offense in there, but Lashley still managed to, you know, to actually get him into the hurt lock and get him to tap out. So Lashley ended up retaining, um, after really getting, beaten down Theory. He also, at one point, he picked him up like he was going to hit him for military press, but Theory kind of blocked it. So, Lashley definitely got the upper hand. He actually leaped up when Lashley tried to hit for the spear and dodged that. So it was definitely interesting showing by Theory. Um, and Lashley managed to retain. So not really much to say about that other than the fact that, the crowd was definitely behind Lashley there. But, it was pretty short, but, they did, it was okay for the time that they had. Um, but yeah, I was just gonna mainly come on here and talk about the opener. Outside of that, though, we did get the return of Edge, Judgment Day against the Mysterios. Looked as though they were gonna get the upper hand, and Edge came out and attacked both Damian Priest and Finn Balor, and that helped the Mysterios win and defeat them yet again, just like they defeated them on Raw for Ray's 20th anniversary. They defeated them yet again. Edge coming out and basically sparing both of them. Now his hair's cut back short again, and he has that new music they were teasing. So that was a nice little way to have him come back. So yeah, just definitely um, Street Profits and the Usos, was just as you would expect. Although I would say the Money in the Bank match was probably better than this, but they still delivered. They still, definitely gave it their all here. Both teams, the Usos and the Street Profits, and the Usos retained clean after hitting a 1D. This time there was no There wasn't, a leg up when they went for the pin. Montez Ford actually got really upset when Jeff Jarrett didn't count the three when he hit the frog splash because he was really selling the fact that he was hurt from his rib after going for the frog splash. So it took him a while to go for the pin on Jay, and the ref actually, Jeff Jarrett actually got to nearly three, but not at three. And Montez let his frustration get to him, and they super kicked, Angelo Dawkins, super kicked him. Eventually hit him with the 1D, hit Angelo Dawkins with 1D, and that actually helped to win the match. But like I said, it was an awesome match, just like their when they bank one, although I would say that one was probably a lot better, but still, it was pretty good, really good. You saw the two, you saw Montez try to go for his dive outside the ring, but the Usos countered that to a super kick. There was a spot in the match where Angelo Dawkins actually went for that outside of the ring to the Usos. So you had that whole thing. Jeff Jarrett was really showing his officiating early with getting one of the Usos and Street Profits from the ropes as he was counting pretty early. They both kind of got upset with him for doing that, but trying to show his good officiating, so to speak. So you had that whole thing. So that was nice. But yeah, good solid stuff from them, just as you would expect. Of course, this pretty much foreshadowed what the main event would be. The Pat McAfee and Happy Corbin match was a really good match. I really enjoyed it with Pat. Although Pat looked a little bit off as far as some of his moves, they did say that because of the humility that may have had something to do with like the ropes being slippery, so you can kind of see that because some of the stuff he tried to go for, like his senton, he hit on Corbin, he almost slipped going for it, and when he also leapfrogged up the top rope on Corbin, go for that superplex, he botched that, trying to get up to get Corbin on the superplex, but he still managed to hit it. And you gotta love Michael Cole here. The crowd actually started cheering for Michael Cole because he was really, going at Baron Corbin here. So that was pretty nice. But yeah, Corbin got his sense in, and got a lot on Pat. Pat actually started the match off strong, hitting Corbin with a super kick. I didn't see that coming, so that was definitely a great way to have Pat started off. He was really giving it to Corbin, and Corbin managed to get Pat, and the entrance he had was amazing. Like the entrance, with them singing the song about Corbin, I thought that was pretty cool. Also, even the Street Profits, they had a pretty good entrance when they came out as well with the Tennessee Titans cheerleaders, so that was pretty cool as well. So yeah, those were really great, really good moments. But like I said, overall, in the main event with Brock, Brock being Brock, this was a crazy last man standing match. I mean, Brock pretty much dominated majority of the match on Roman, just tossing Roman left and right, beating Roman down. Got a tractor and brought it to the ring before the match even started. Jumped off the tractor to start the match, so immediately started beating down Roman. So that was, a crazy way just to even start the match off. Roman, he managed to put Brock through two tables. Brock grabbed the tables with a rock bottom on one table, I think like a power bomb on another, but Brock got up from both of those. I mean, Brock was just incredible here with how much he was, endured. Even with the spears Roman was giving him, he was getting up from that. And, he, F5 Roman. Roman gets up. He guillotines Roman. Roman tried to guillotine him first. He reversed it and then guillotined him. He got up from that. He was he threw a steel steps on Roman. Roman got up from that. He even took the piece of the table and smacked Roman with it. Roman still got up. Don't know how he got up from that. And all this was mostly going on before the Usos got involved. But of course, it was only a matter of time before they got involved. It wasn't until after he took and put the tractor through the actual ring, brought the ring up with Roman in the ring. Roman falls from out the ring, falls to the ground from out the ring, and then he, comes back off the tractor. That was amazing. I've never seen something like that. And the fact that Cole even mentioned this was the first time that he's ever been in a last minute standing match, I would have never known, because this was just amazing, the performance they had Brock do here. But again, like I said before, the foreshadowing with the Usos retaining early in the night, you pretty much knew what was going to happen in regards to Roman. And basically, that's exactly what happened. He ended up retaining with the help of the Usos, with the help of Paul Heyman Paul Heyman got F5. They got beat down by Brock. Theory tried to come out and cash in. That backfired just as I thought it would. And so yeah, it was pretty intense. But overall, Brock just kept getting up after getting hit by the title, getting speared. The super kick to the Usos, like nothing could keep him down. Then all of a sudden, they took and basically stacked the announce table on him because to keep him down. And that was the only reason Rome was able to retain. So it was pretty deflated, honestly, with the finish, because I just, at this point, I knew it would happen just because, the whole thing about Brock and when he found out about Vince and all that type of stuff. So I kind of figured from that it was going to happen. But at the same time, it's just like, man, is Drew really going to beat Roman and Cardiff? I don't know. It seems like they're kind of booking them, even now in this new era, so to speak, like they just can't be beaten. And it's, at this point, it's like, at some point he's got to drop the belt, But I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. I mean, I kind of feel like in some way Drew's just not gonna, even there, like he's just not gonna beat him. Like something's gonna happen. But overall, though, and I forgot to mention the Liv Morgan and Ronda match. So I was quite disappointed with that match, just because I really expected a lot more than the way they booked it. But they basically booked it in the way in which Liv was pretty much getting dominated by Ronda throughout the match. Ronda kept putting her in an armbar, and then it got to a point where she went for the pin, but she actually tapped before the ref hit 3, so then Ronda pretty much snaps. I guess, I don't know if this was a heel turn or not. I guess it was. And when she attacked the ref, put that ref in the armbar, she was angry with the finish, and Liv managed to retain. But Liv really didn't get to do much in this match, and this really should have been, a way to showcase Liv, for her to prove that her cash-in wasn't a fluke, that, she really earned to right the face, to face her. But just based on that finish, it definitely seems like this feud is going to continue. So that's pretty much what I'm going to say about that. But yeah, quite the SummerSlam, guys. Mainly just wanted to come over here and talk about just the opener and just kind of summarize the rest of it really quick. SummerSlam summarize. That's pretty much it. Sign off, Raymaster Flex. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, the McAfee thing, though, really enjoyed that. Cole was just on fire for that. But that's pretty much it, guys. Sign her offer against the flex to the comments, subscribe, that's how you guys know.